Hello all my littles and welcome to my channel, Sammy's Nook. Are you getting excited for Halloween? We are almost there. Have you carved any pumpkins yet? We decided to make this white pumpkin look like Jack's skeleton. And we didn't even have to carve it. We just drew a face on it. We have another spooky story for you for the month of October. And this one is Franklin's Pond Phantom. In this story, Franklin has read about the Pond Phantom in a book, and he wants to go and see if the Pond Phantom is real. So let's read this story and find out if the Pond Phantom really was real. If you have a copy of your own, go and grab it, and you can follow along with me while I read. Now let's get reading. Franklin's Pond Phantom. Franklin can tie his shoes. Franklin can count by twos. And Franklin can hardly wait to go looking for the Pond Phantom. He read about the phantom in a book, so Franklin knows it must be real. Franklin ran to find his parents. "I'm going to look for the Pond Phantom," he said. "It lives deep, deep down in Woodland Pond." "But no one has seen the phantom for a long, long time," said his father. "Well, I'm going to see it today," said Franklin. "Be home for supper," said his mother. Franklin went to the pond. "I will watch and wait," he said. "I know I will see the Pond Phantom." Franklin sat down. He watched and waited. He waited and watched. Soon he fell asleep. In a little while, Franklin woke up. The sun was shining, the water sparkled, the air was hazy, and something tall and white was moving across the water. Franklin rubbed his eyes. "It's the Pond Phantom," he shouted. Franklin ran to tell his friends. "I saw the Pond Phantom," he cried. "Wow," said Bear. "My great-granny saw it once." "Well, I've never seen it," said Beaver, "and I live in the pond." "Let's go to the pond now," said Franklin. "Maybe we can all see the Pond Phantom." Franklin and Bear and Beaver went to the pond. "I was sitting right here," said Franklin, "and I saw a big white monster." "Oh," said Bear. "And it was heading straight for me," added Franklin. "Humph," said Beaver. Everyone watched and waited. Nothing happened. "I think the phantom is a phony," said Beaver. "I'm going home." "Me too," said Bear. "I'm hungry." Soon Franklin had an idea. "A photo will show the phantom's not a phony," he said. He ran home for his camera. He ran back to the pond. The sun was shining, the water sparkled, the air was hazy, and something tall and white was moving across the water. Snap! Franklin took a photo of the phantom. Franklin ran to the store. His photo was printed. It was a little blurry, but the photo showed something tall and white moving across the water. "Wow," said Franklin, "I did see the Pond Phantom." The next day, Franklin met Bear and Beaver at the pond. Franklin held out the photo. "Wow," said Bear. Beaver grabbed the photo. "This looks like a big white blur to me," she said. "I want to see the Pond Phantom for myself." So Franklin and Bear and Beaver sat down. They watched and waited. They waited and watched. Soon, Bear and Beaver fell asleep. Franklin went for a walk around the pond. He saw Mr. Mole and showed him the photo. "Wow," said Mr. Mole. "No one has seen the Pond Phantom in years." Then Mr. Mole had a good idea. "Let's get in my boat and look for the phantom," he said. Franklin and Mr. Mole walked to the dock. They got into the boat. It had a tall white sail. Franklin and Mr. Mole sailed all around the pond. They did not see the pond phantom. Back on the shore, Bear and Beaver woke up. The sun was shining, the water sparkled, the air was hazy, and something tall and white was moving across the water. "Look," said Bear, "the pond phantom is coming right at us." "Listen," said Beaver, "the pond phantom is calling our names." The pond phantom came closer and closer until it came right up to the shore. Out jumped Franklin. Mr. Mole sailed away. "We went looking for the pond phantom," said Franklin, "but we didn't see it anywhere." "Well, we did," said Beaver. "Really?" asked Franklin. "Where?" "Turn around and look," said Bear. Franklin turned around and looked. The sun was shining, the water sparkled, the air was hazy, and something tall and white was moving across the water. "It's the pond phantom," cried Franklin. Bear and Beaver laughed. "It is not the pond phantom," said Beaver. "It is just Mr. Mole's boat," said Bear. "What?" said Franklin. He turned and looked again. He looked and he looked. "Phooey," he said. He waved to Mr. Mole. "Let's go home," said Franklin. "I guess the phantom is a phony after all." What did you think of our story? What was your favorite part? My favorite part was when they realized that the pond phantom actually wasn't real and was just Mr. Mole in his sailboat. You can show me what your favorite part was by drawing me a picture and sending it to my email so that I can post it at the end of my next video. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our newest videos every single week. That's all for today, all my littles. I hope you enjoyed this story. See you next time. Bye.